What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Six Figure Trucking channel. I am Coach R. Anthony, and today I'm going to be walking you guys through my numbers from last month. It's August the 8th right now. Last month was July 2019. I'm going to be walking you guys through some of my numbers, or the numbers really, for my trucking company. And, you know, I always like to say it's not really about how much you make. People make this big deal about, oh, we're not making enough because of the brokers, or we're not making enough because of the shippers. If you know your cost per mile, you know what it takes to run your business, you know what it takes to break even, and you know how much you want to profit, then it's very important that you do, in my previous video, your cost per mile. So it really doesn't matter what the market does. You know how much you need to make, you know how much you need to gross in order to have a certain amount, a certain lifestyle that you want to live. But not only that, if you want to scale and increase your lifestyle to where now you're not working for money, the money is working for you. You're buying things that produce income, you're buying cash flow so that you can get out of the rat race. Whether you're in a truck or whether you're in an office, you're still in the rat race. The most important thing is to buy income producing assets to get you out of that space so that you can do other things with your life and enjoy, and even share information that you've learned over the years to get you in a better financial position. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to continue to learn how to produce the best trucking success for your life as possible. And also, not only that, that's just the beginning, that's just the foundation. So you start there and you build on top of it to buy other things and invest in other things that will make your life a lot easier, instead of working yourself to death for the rest of your life. No, I don't want to die in no truck. That's my main thing. I don't want to die in no truck. So make sure you subscribe to this channel if you don't want to die in no truck either. I don't want my last days to be spent in a truck. So I'm trying to while I'm working on this stuff, I'm sharing as much as I can. So if you like what you're hearing so far, if you like what you're seeing, especially in this video, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to be dropping a lot of great information on different things. I'm going to be interviewing different people and bringing people on that will help you in many different facets of this industry. And not only that, but for life, for other things that you want to do in your life. So like I said, subscribe, like, comment, let me know what you think, and continue watching this video. It's about to come on right now. Let's hop right into it. I want to show you guys my numbers for the month of July 2019. I did very well. I ran very hard. I was home pretty much every weekend. I may have stopped by and got a 34 or whatever the case, but I was home. I wanted to step foot in the house every weekend, whether it was for a couple of days, a day and a half, 3 days, it didn't matter. I wanted to be home every weekend. So most of this month, I think it was about 23 days worth of activity, worth of actually driving and running. But I'm going to show you guys what I had going on. So here we go. All right, as you can see, I have my spreadsheet here. I do my spreadsheet after every load. I go ahead and fill out each line. That kind of gives me the information that I need. I created my own calculations that total and tally everything up, giving me percentages and all that kind of stuff. So just a quick breakdown of the things that I have going on. Like I said, 2019 right here. And so I have it categorized as the load numbers that have been assigned to them. The date I booked them, the broker, the date I picked it up, the date I delivered, how much it weighed, gross revenue, fuel that I advanced is usually 40%, the actual cost of fuel, how many gallons I purchased, how many gallons I actually used during that load, the discount on the fuel from the pump that I get, DEF for the truck, net revenue. Now I do drive in, so I put that in the thumbnail, but I do drive in. I have only really done drive in on my own independently. I've done a little reefer, but that's a whole nother thing. And I also did refrigerated. But anyway, I need to put the drum thing in there. Anyway, so net revenue. I have never done flatbed, now that I think about it. Net revenue, average miles per gallon, cash withdrawn. I'll explain a little bit more. EFS fees, other fees like ATM and all that kind of stuff, because they load it onto the EFS fee to the EFS card. My EFS balance at the end of the load, how many empty miles, loaded miles, and the total miles, the gross cents per mile, the net cents per mile, and the fee that I'm paying MAG. Now, if you don't know, I am contracted with MAG Carriers. I work with them, been working with them for a little over a year now. Really good company. I went back to them after my authority, my trucks went down, and my authority is on pause, so to speak. But right now I'm with them, and it's a really good situation. They only charge 10%. If you want more information about them, I would definitely give them to you. You have to have your own truck, or you have to be in a really good situation to where they'll lease you one of the trucks, and I'll get more into that later. But anyway, they take 10% of the gross, which is cool because, as you will be able to see, it's really actually a lot less than that when you factor in all of the things that they actually do for you. They do your fuel taxes. They have a really good fuel network. They also factor your loads for you. So to me, 6% so it's 10% initially, but once you factor in the fuel discount, then you subtract this. I got this much last month on fuel. So $676.19 was the discounted amount that I spent last month on fuel. So you subtract that from the 1808 and you're left with about $12.50. So once you divide that, it's literally about 6%. So for all of that stuff, 6%, I would say it's worth it. Now, last month I carried a combined gross weight of 374,546. That's just something I like to know. I don't know why. I really like to know how much I carried. Gross revenue, like I said, $18,085. I got this much advanced in fuel, 7,214, but the fuel actually only cost me 39.06, and that's important, and I'll show you why that's important to know. Gallons purchased, this is how much fuel I purchased for the last month, and this is how much I actually used. So 1397 gallons, which totaled up to be about where's that at? How much did I spend on fuel? Oh yeah, so 39.06 is what I actually spent on fuel. I spent that amount on fuel to make me $18,000. So that's really good profit margins. But it definitely helps to have this, because that would have been about $4,500 had I not got the discount that I got from them. And DEF about $100. Net revenue after everything was said and done, this is what I pretty much took home, 9,000. So 50% of that. And I averaged 6.67 miles per gallon. I had some really heavy loads, like this one was 43, this one was 44, 35, 39. So I had some pretty heavy loads in there, and I like to run my truck at a certain speed. But this is how much the gross cents per mile was, and after you deduct the 10%, that's what the net cents per mile was after the MAG fee. So that's important for me to know. Now over here is where you start getting into how much money came in. So the reason why I said that was important, because it is important to know how much is left over after your fuel has been taken out, the actual fuel cost, because you can get advanced. You can actually live off of the difference if you can scale down enough to just live off of the 40% or whatever percent you get for fuel. Because you really, if you're doing your truck right, you won't use all that fuel that that they give you or that you request for an advance. That's with the factoring company or whoever. You can request a certain percentage of your fuel, of your gross revenue, to take care of the fuel. So after it was all said and done, this is how much cash I got from my account, my EFS card for the month that was left over. This was left over after I got my fuel. And then plus this is what I had left over on the EFS card at the end of the month. So I brought that number down. The way I do it is I bring the number down here, add that to the net revenue, which is you know, the rest, what was left over after everything was said and done, right here. That comes down, and then this number, my cash withdrawn plus the leftover into the EFS card, made this number 3211.86. Add these two together, and bada bing, bada boom, you got what you're gonna get for the month. Now is when you get into like the fixed costs, the fixed expenses. My fixed expenses were $4,075 for the month, and 48 cents. This is a weekly because I'm using one of their trucks until I get my truck where I want it to be. I'm actually going to be buying another truck here soon. So this is how much right here my fixed costs are per month. Now you subtract that number, the net, from the gross fixed costs, and this is how much I took home for the month. $82.23.88 is what I actually took home. Now my bills are really low, so pretty much all of this, most of this, goes towards savings to do other things that, like I said, that produce income, producing assets that will take me and put me in a position to where I don't really have to work anymore, whether it's in trucking or anything else that I want to do. But trucking is a very good industry, and I've been in it for 14 years, so I know. I've been a driver over the road the whole 14 years. So it's a really good industry. I wish I would have known what I'm showing you guys now years ago. I would have been a multi-millionaire by now. But you know, you live and you learn things as you go, and that's what I'm here to teach. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like it, definitely hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions, if you're interested in learning how to do more stuff like this, or you know, you want to see how to scale and take your business to the next level. Hey, feel free to hit me up. Feel free to leave a comment in the comment section, or you know, whatever the case may be. You can find us on Instagram also, Six Figure Trucking. And that's all I got for this video. I'll catch you guys on the next go round. Peace.